Yes, or should I say, yes. It's official, guys. Trish Stratus versus Charlotte Flair at Summerslam. Everything you need to know and how the segment went down after this. Alright guys, welcome to Wrestling Mates. That's right, Wrestling Mates. If you're new here guys, we talk about wrestling, news, rumours, reviews, everything wrestling guys. Being a former wrestler myself, Tommy Venom, I'll give you that bit of insight into the business. I'm going to give my suggestions or my thoughts on the booking and how I would book things. So guys, without any further ado, let's get into this. Jerry the King Lawler had a segment called King's Court where he was going to interview Trish Stratus. Now, Trish come out. Jerry asked her a few questions about returning to the ring, etc. She said she's a mum now. That's behind her. And then Charlotte Flair come out, cut her off. And it basically was a bit of a war on words. Charlotte was just trying to provoke her into coming out of retirement. And the segment was a bit stale, to be honest. Charlotte, I believe, did a good job. Trish was a bit rusty. But it really started to turn around when Trish dropped the whole, "You're just being a bitch." And it was like, oh, all right, okay, there's a bit of fire now. Okay, I'm feeling it. Before it was just a bit too, scripted, I would say, especially being the E. So it got better. That's what I'm saying, guys. And regardless of how they set it up, I am still very excited for this match. I believe the crowd was pretty lackluster where they were. I can't remember off the top of my head, guys, what town they were in. But don't worry about that, because when they get to Toronto, mate, my God, that crowd will be mental. It will be absolutely lit AF, I'm telling you. But let's get back into the booking. How this happened. It makes no sense, guys. It makes no sense. It was like someone from Retardistan wrote this. That's right, you heard that right, Retardistan. Because, I mean, what do we got, a week? Are we a week or 2 weeks out from SummerSlam? And they're only setting this up now? What? It makes no sense at all. Like, why was Trish there in the first place? What was she there to do? Was she coming back for an interview just for Jerry Lawler to say, "Have you thought about one more match?" And then she's just going to say, "No, I'm a mum." That was it? That's why she was coming back to TV? I mean, it's not believable, it's rubbish, and it's bad booking. I would have had, just after Extreme Rules, Trish Stratus returns for an announcing job at SummerSlam. No, for the Women's Championship match or something, right? Then have her on SmackDown or something the next week, right? And then cut to her in the back. And just a backstage promo. Nothing special. Don't have to go to the ring, not King's Court. Just have Charlie Caruso or someone like that, right? Interview her and just say, "Hey Trish, what's with why are you coming back for the announcing job?" And she could say, "Look, I'm really proud of the women's division and how far it's come. And I just actually want to see the fruits of my labour, for the trailblazers like myself and Lita and stuff, and how we've helped these women grow the division into what it is today. And I just want to see that firsthand. And it's in my hometown, so why not come along and why not lend a hand to WWE?" Perfect. That's perfect. That's all she has to say, right? But then Charlotte Flair would butt in and say, "You need to stay home, old lady. You may have done stuff for this division back in the day, but you wouldn't last 5 seconds in the ring with me now in today's world or today's era," right? Something along those lines, right? Don't read too much into what I'm saying, but something along those lines, right? And then it would plant the seed. You could do something the next week on SmackDown where Charlotte actually calls her out. Maybe she's not even backstage, maybe she comes out, I don't know. Or maybe it's just a verbal thing, right? To bait her in, and then maybe the week after Trish comes in and replies to Charlotte, setting up an actual match so that there's an actual emotional investment in it. They had weeks they could have built this up, but they're trying to do it in 1 or 2 weeks. It's SummerSlam. It's the biggest party of the summer. It's one of the big 4 pay-per-views. The other thing it does, guys, it kind of feels like they just had nothing for Charlotte. And the other point I want to make about that, not that they had nothing for Charlotte, but I mean, I know myself, we've got 2 women's champions, right? What's the matches we've got? Bayley versus, I don't even know who it is. That's how disinterested I am. Bayley versus, I'm going to say it's Alexa Bliss or Nikki Cross or both, because that seems to be what's going down. And then we got Becky versus Natalya, which makes sense because, you know, the heritage of the Hearts and being Canadian, and the crowd will enjoy that. But it kind of, that match to me feels like it just got thrown in there just because it's in her hometown. So basically, guys, what I'm saying is, I mean, I know what match I'm most excited for, and it's the Trish Stratus versus Charlotte match. And that's saying something because it should be the other two. I mean, yeah, yes and no, but I couldn't care about the Women's Championship picture right now. I'm into this. Charlotte doesn't need the rub. She doesn't need this notch in her belt. She's already a massive star. Why not use Trish with someone else? I mean, that is definitely going to be debatable, and even myself think, yeah, I do really want to see Trish and Charlotte. But, you know what I mean? We've got to be booking talent to be successful. Don't book your already successful talent and just forget about the rest. There's other women in that division that are working their butts off and not getting recognition. Like, I would, you know, this might be out of left field, guys, but imagine Dana Brooke running a program. From what I'm hearing, she's working her butt off backstage, and that would be a great way to build her name and to start her stocks rising and actually make her a big star. I beat Trish Stratus. How many people can say that in today's division? An absolute legend, a Hall of Famer, and an icon to young girls growing up around the world. It would be great. So guys, that was my thoughts on the segment. Recapping it, guys, it was poorly set up, but the match is going to be insane, and I cannot wait to see what's going to happen. Trish is obviously in amazing shape. I mean, as always. And obviously Charlotte is too, because she's fresh as a daisy. So it's going to be great, guys. We're going to get it at SummerSlam, and I can't wait. If you got some thoughts, guys, on how you would have booked it, if you agree with my booking or how I would have done it, let me know, guys. Hit the like and subscribe if you're new here, guys. We love this kind of stuff. Please get involved in the community. I can't bring this content to you without your love and support. So, guys, with that being said, Tommy Venom signing off. Uru, you bunch of gurus.